Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy. I'm your host. I'm the founder of the Bobby White Foundation, and I'm glad you guys got to join us tonight. But first, we got to thank our producer, our TV people, Area 52 Media Group. We wouldn't be here without them. John Gaston. There we go. Area 52 Media Group. Producer John is behind the technical scenes today. I really appreciate that. And our other sponsor, DeLynn Gaston with the mortgage firm. Anything mortgages. With the way things are, I mean, I wouldn't want to do anything without having somebody like her on my side to make the biggest purchase of your life. So be sure to check her out. She's will be very, very, very helpful. So again, we're going into support groups coming up. I almost forgot. So our next support group will be Wednesday, whatever the date is. It's the second Wednesday of the month. Had it here, but my calendar's covered up. That'll be the Spring Hill group. We meet at NAMI office in Spring Hill. And then the following Thursday, the third Thursday, is Newport Richey, West Pasco, and we meet at the Oasis Coffee Spot in their little bookstore there. So we got those. Like I said, we're having our groups throughout the summer, so you don't have to miss a month or anything or two. So that's good. So things have really been kind of crazy. There's been things going on with other organizations that we're a member of, but and it's just kind of adding to our foundation, kind of beginning to grow exponentially a little bit. Hopefully it comes out on the other end that with donations and funding increases, so we can do what we need to do and want to do within the community. And so with that being said, we have Art for Hope coming up September 11th. It's going to be here before we know it. It's our 8th annual Art for Hope. We're going to have different types of artwork. We're still going to have some wall art, but we're going to have other different types of artwork there. It's from 6 to 9, again, at the Hilton Garden Inn. They're great supporters of us also. So be sure to put that on your calendars if you're anywhere in the Tampa Bay area. It's a good event. It's not sad. It's very uplifting. It's been amazing every year, so we'd expect it to be that way this year too. And there's other ways that you could even help prior to Art for Hope is become a sponsor, like Area 52 Media Group. Area 52 Media Group. No, that one. You could do that one. Also, Tammy White Galleries, the Rotary Club of the Nature Coast, District 6950. We also have, I don't have her image here yet. Coming on board as a sponsor is JR World Travel. So with these sponsorships, from the earlier sponsorships get in, the longer that you get to be out on our social media and we get to talk about you and thank you for supporting us. It's a hard cause sometimes for a lot of people or organizations to support, but it's a very important one, just as much as it is a hard one. So we've been showing a couple pieces of art that is available, and these pieces are available. You don't have to wait until Art for Hope to purchase them. If you like, all you have to do is contact us at the foundation. So we have a couple pieces here to show, and I wish I could remember the artist's name on this one. This is a really cool piece. It's a Jacquet. It's approximately 24 by 30. It's on canvas. It's a limited edition piece. It's a really nice piece. And then the other one we have, I do know the artist's name, Raphael Oblinski. This is from a series opera series that he did, La Traviata, and this is actually this is framed, all conservation framed. It's a limited edition. It's got 2 or 3 mats on it. The fillet matches the frame. It's framed up really nice. So if you're interested in any of those pieces, all you got to do is contact us here at the foundation or at Tammy White Galleries, and we can ship anywhere in the world. So we have those, and we'll get more information. And like I said, we're going to have different types of art. So I didn't take pictures of these because I've been making these a lot, and they're all coming out different. And these are some of the ones I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I'm been getting into glasswork, and the original idea is because with my custom framing business, I have tons and tons of scrap glass, and they do not recycle it, and it irritates me. So and still in doing this new thing, I still haven't figured out a way yet to use the scrap glass in some of the processes that I'm learning how to do. So anyways, I'll just kind of show you. So this is a pendant that I made. It still has to put the findings on them, but every one of them is one of a kind. No two are ever gonna alike. I don't even know what they're gonna look like until they come out of the kiln. This one was the most recent one that we did. So I'm going to get these all polished up and get the findings on them. And it is 4th of July weekend. So hopefully Sunday, if you go to the Art for Hope Facebook page, I will have these on there with prices. And shipping, these are really little. So the shipping, if need be, is not going to be that much. But I've been making a whole bunch of them, and there's been making with other mediums, and there's going to be more bigger glassworks coming as we roll into and getting closer to Art for Hope. So a lot of exciting stuff with that. But I had mentioned that Rotary, my club, is one of our sponsors, but we finally got some news that I had been mentioning about our Rotary District 6950. We applied for a charter for a district mental health initiatives action group, and the charter certificate came in today, just this morning, not bright and early, but we are officially chartered with Rotary to start our action group. We still have a few more things in line to get done, where there'll be a web page and more information coming. So hopefully, everybody just got back from International Convention in Calgary, so we're trying to get things rolling and moving forward after that, because that was a tremendous thing. I wish I could have been there. But anyways, so we have some really neat stuff coming up for this action group. And like I said before, you do not have to be a Rotarian to be a part of this mental health initiative action group. It is for Rotarians and the community. So but as I get more information, so I can feed it to you and get you the right information, and we get the website, the web page will have ways that you can join the action group. They already sent me a whole list of things that we need to get started on contacting some people. I've been waiting for this for a couple of weeks, and I was like, I emailed, was it yesterday? No, I think it was actually this morning. I waited till this morning, and just to say, hey, we're having our meeting coming up. I'd like to be able to, report something to our club. And I got 2 emails back and all this information. So now it's like, oh no, processing all this information. But it's all good, and it's going to be great for our community. Our Rotary District is from Citrus County, Hernando County, Pasco County, and Pinellas County. So we've got a big swath here on what we call the Nature Coast. And hopefully, as time progresses, they'll get more of these action groups together throughout the different districts in Florida. Fortunately, we have an already established mental health initiatives action group in the district just south of us. So I think it's like, I don't know what all the counties are. They're south: Sarasota, Manatee, and then it goes further down. But it's the southwest side of Florida. And one of the guys that's on the board for international, he's down there. So he's been a great help, and is going to be a good mentor, a good person that's going to help us get this thing started. So we're super excited about that. Yeah, it's just going to be really cool. So I'm going to change gears just a little bit, and it might seem kind of off the wall, or it doesn't even relate, but it does. It relates. A couple of weeks ago, I was at a networking group, and our speaker was this woman, Heather Reuscher. I'm gonna not pronounce her name right. I just know it. Reuscher, and she's with an organization. It's a nonprofit called Be a Hero to a Child, or Hero to a Child. I have it pulled up here. Hero to a Child. Yes, there it is, right there. And what they do is they are supporters and cheerleaders for children in the foster care system. And the reason that I am bringing this information to you is because I was in the foster care system. Fortunately for myself, it was only for a year, but it was an important year. It was my last year of high school. And back then, we didn't have anybody to help us. But these people are tremendous. They have these programs that help take care of children's needs. I think one of the coolest things is they have a dog that is specially trained to go to court with these children. It's court approved. They're the judges, that it's all good. And I can tell you, when I was in the foster care system, we had to go to court. I don't know, maybe once a month, once every 2 months. It was a lot. And you're up in front of these people. You're scared, even as a 16-year-old. And my parents never once showed up to court. They were supposed to be there every single time. They never once showed up to court. But for me, fortunately, my biggest cheerleader at that time was my grandma. It was my dad's mom. And my grandma was there every single time. Every time. But how cool would it have been? Because even when we were there, I couldn't sit with my grandma. She was sitting in the back, in the pews, while we had to sit up on a table with, I don't know, I don't even remember. I guess it must have been a representative that I had from the Children's Home Society. But how cool would it have been to just have a dog right there next to you, putting his head on your lap, calming you down, because you don't know what's going to happen or what's going to be said. I mean, it's amazing. So they have resource closets for these kids. They do special holiday stuff, special events for them. They also help support the guardians ad litem, which is good. And guardians ad litem are advocates for these kids going through the system. So they have on here, this is their why. In service to the community, Hero to a Child holds the following core values: respect. We believe every individual has the right to be seen, heard, and valued. Respond. We believe everyone's story is unique and deserves a flexible and tailored response. Collaborate. We believe that we cannot do this alone. Integrity. We believe we are accountable to our community and stakeholders to the highest possible standards. And this is really super important, especially in this day and age. It's much different than it was when I was in foster care. I mean, it was hard back then too, because actually, we had there were no foster home families available for me at the time, and I had gone to one junior high, one grade school, one junior high, and one high school, and I was on the verge of having to finish my senior year of high school in another town where I didn't know anybody. Nobody that I ever went to school with. But fortunately, I had a friend of mine, his parents stepped up and they got licensed to be foster parents so that I could stay in my hometown and finish high school with the kids I went to school with my whole entire life. Fortunately, the fun thing about that was they lived right across the street from the high school. So I could get out of bed at about 8:20 and still make it to class in time. But in the same instance, like with these children, and they help with this too, is oftentimes, like me, kids age out of the system. I aged out in a different way, sort of. Because I was 17 years old when I graduated from high school. I was going to go to art school in Denver. I had to be emancipated because my foster parents didn't want to keep me for the 2 or 3 more months over the summertime until I turned 18. Fortunately, the judge knew my grandmother, and I was emancipated at 17. 10 days after I graduated from high school, I was on a Greyhound bus and I left my hometown. And I haven't lived back there since. I've gone back to visit, but not a whole lot. But it's hard for kids when they age out of the system because you don't have the support. Again, I was lucky. My grandma was there for me. But a lot of kids don't have even that. So kids need they need the support all the way through because number one, you're always thinking that, and this was actually told to my family members and friends, that I was just an incorrigible child. And I was a bad kid. And I never was a bad kid. I wasn't incorrigible. I didn't like the situation, and there's a whole lot more to that story, but that's not for here. But that's what, when I left, how I was being presented to other people. And it really wasn't until after my mom passed away, some old family friends who I haven't seen since I left, because I thought that that's what they thought. And come to find out, they knew better. They knew that it wasn't me. But, going, as a child or a teenager thinking that you're this bad kid because of your family situation, that messes with your head. I mean, fortunately, and I don't know how, and I think it was one of the main reasons why I had to get out of that living situation, because either I was going to make it. I had 2 roads to go down. One was a path that I was going to do okay and I was going to make it. And the other path was I wouldn't be here today. And if I probably would have stayed, that probably would have been the path that I went down. And that's not what I wanted for my life. But some people don't have that. Luckily, my brain doesn't work that way, where even still, the bad and the crappy stuff up until Bobby, I wasn't per se affected mentally that negatively about it, like a lot of people can be and are, and especially our children and teenagers and young adults. When you age out of a system that was taking care of you, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're on your own. So organizations like this, I am so happy are here to help our kids. We're going to be getting more involved with this organization. And like they say in their why, collaborate. And this is what we've been saying with the Bobby White Foundation since its inception. We all need to collaborate because we cannot all do our thing all by ourselves. It's just not going to happen. It's way bigger than all of us. So this is going to be one of our added things that's going to be what we're going to help support, because we don't want to lose any of these children to suicide. We don't want to lose any children, but these children are extremely vulnerable. And I was amazed. And I really like her because, too, like with us, the state wanted to roll them into their thing. But if they would have done it, then it would have tied their hands a lot as to what they could do. It still ties their hands a little bit, because there's some things that they can't do because they're not part of the state thing. But at least they have control of their organization as to what they want to do and what they can do to help these children, and to really help these children to be not in Tallahassee, to be here in Pasco, Pinellas County, to be boots on the ground to help these children. Just like the Bobby White Foundation. AFSP wanted us to do something very similar, where any funds that we raised would go to AFSP. Well, that just takes the money out of our community. That doesn't do anything for our community. Just like the walks. The money, it leaves our community. It doesn't stay here to help the people in our community. And that's what our foundation is for. That is what Hero for a Child is for. Boots on the ground, helping the people in our community, being there, finding the resources, helping our people that live here. And that's one thing I hope, wherever you live, that you find local organizations like us to support them. You support the great big ones, they get money from who knows where that we can't get. But yet we're the ones on the ground in the communities doing the work. So look for those places wherever you live and support the local small organizations, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be there for you. Not the big ones with a office in a high rise on Wall Street. It's just the way it is. So I'm glad that I ran out of time last week to talk about that, and I was a little upset, but I wanted to get that in today. So also some other news, possibly. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not. I didn't mention it last week because, again, we ran out of time. But the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has decided not to do a Pasco County walk this year. So instead of us not having a walk, we're going to put a walk on. We will still have a walk in Pasco County. It'll be named something else, and I'm working on the paperwork right now. Oh my gosh, I can't believe some of the things that I have to include, and it's a lot of paperwork. I didn't realize these walks took so much. Hopefully we'll have the paperwork in this week with the site plan and everything. I can't tell you where it's going to be until it is approved, but that's what we're working on. But I can tell you the date is that we've chosen, and it's reserved. So it's going to be November 8th. It's the second Saturday of November. Ironically, it's going to fall as the same day as the Pinellas County Walk, but that's okay because this is the Pasco Walk. So between that, Art for Hope, we've got our mental health initiatives action group getting started. There's a lot going on, but it's all good and it's all positive. And it's kind of what we've been working for, these last several years. And I think we're excited about it. So my quote for today. What is my quote for today? That's why I said carry on. Carry on was the title of the show because of everything that was this walk deal and stuff. And it's just like you got to carry on. Be strong, carry on, and make the best of every little thing. Step by step, we can make it. We can do it. Be sure to put those numbers in your phone or have them memorized. 988. You can text Veterans Press 1. Teenagers 741 741. First responders, same. Text badges. And remember, there is always hope. Thanks for joining us.